A 60% acid solution was mixed with pure acid, resulting in a 20 ml mixture that is 90% acid. How much pure acid was added? Okay, so we will use the formula for mixture problem. C1V1 plus C2V2 equals C3V3, where V3 is equal to V1 plus V2. So the C here are the concentration, so the quantity with percent, and the V are the volume, so the quantity with ml. Okay, so let's set up the table. First row will be the percent and the second row will be the ml. Okay, so we have 60% acid solution. So we write 60. The C1 is 60. Was mixed with pure acid. Pure acid, that means 100% acid. So 100 for C2, we have 100, resulting in a 20 ml mixture that is 90% acid. So the C3 is 90%. So when we mix 60 and 100, the resulting should be between 60 and 100, that is 90. And the total is 20 ml. 20 ml, so that is the V3, so we have 20 ml. The question is, how much pure acid was added? We want to know the amount of this pure acid, so we will write X to this 100% pure acid. So if the total is 20 and the amount of pure acid is X, so therefore, the quantity of the 60% should be 20 minus X. Now, we set up the table. So we set up the equation C1B1, so multiply this 60 times 20 minus X, plus the C2V2, we multiply this 100 times X, equals, multiply this 90 times 20. And then solve for X. So as you can see, we all have 0 here, 60, 100, and 90. We can divide all by 10 or simply cancel 1 0. Cancel 1 0 here, cancel 1 0 in 100, and cancel 1 0 in 90. And then let's distribute. So this will be 6 times 20. We have 120. 6 times negative x, we have negative 6x, plus 100x now will become 10x, equals 9 times 20, that is equal to 180. Combine this, negative 6x plus 10x, that is equal to positive 4x. Put 120 to the other side of the equation by subtracting 120 to both sides. So this will cancel out. 4x is equal to 180 minus 120. So that will be 60. And then last step, divide both sides by 4. So 60 divided by 4, that is equal to 15. So the amount of pure acid is 15 ml. The answer is letter B. The units digit of a number is 3 more than its tens digit. If the sum of its digits is 11, what is the number? So it's best to solve this using trial and error. So let's apply the first condition. The units digit of a number is 3 more than its tens digit. Okay, so we have first option 36. So it is the units digit, that the ones digit is 3 more than. 3 more than the tens digit. So 36, so it satisfies the condition. 47, the units digit, 3 more than the tens digit. So okay. 58, so again, the units digit, 3 more than, and then 69. Okay, so it all satisfies the condition. So now let's apply the second condition. If the sum of the digits is 11, what is the number? The sum of the digits must be 11. So in these options, the only one that will satisfy the condition, the sum is 11, is letter B. So 4 plus 7 is equal to 11. So letter B is the correct answer. If the ratio of red, green, and blue balls in a box is 2 is to 5 is to 6, and there are 52 balls in total, how many green balls are present? Okay, so the ratio, red, green to blue. So we have red, green to blue. The ratio is 2 is to 5 is to 6. So we have 2 is to 5 is to 6. And the total is 52, 52 balls. The question is, how many green balls are present? Since the ratio is 2:5:6, that means there is a constant number that is multiplied to the numbers 2, 5, and 6. So let that number be x. So we have 2x, 5x, and 6x. Since the total is 52, all we have to do is add these quantities, 2x, 5x, and 6x, and equate that to 52. So the number of green balls is 5x. We want to find out the value of 5x. So the equation will be 2x plus 5x plus 6x, that is equal to 52. Add these three, the answer will be 13x equals 52, and then divide both by 13. Divide both sides by 13. The value of x is equal to 52 divided by 13 is 4. So therefore, the value of green balls, the number of green balls is 5 times the x is 4. So 5 times 4 equals 20. So the answer is letter C. How many whole numbers are exact divisors of 30? Okay, so let's count the number of exact divisors of 30. So let's just factor 30. 30, that is equal to 1 times 30. And then another factors of 30 is 2 times 15. And then we have 3 times 10. So that is still equal to 30. And then the last one is, so 30 is not divisible by 4. So next is 5 times 6. So count the number of whole numbers that are exact divisors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The answer is letter C. 3/8 plus 5/12 minus 5/6. So to add this, we just need to find the LCD. So convert to similar fractions. So I'll just rewrite 3/8 plus 5/12 minus 5/6. So what is the LCM? The least common multiple of the denominator. So we have 8, 12, and 6. So let's try 12. 12 is not divisible by 8. So let's try the next multiple of 12. That is 24. So 24 is divisible by 8, by 12, and by 6. So therefore, we need to convert all the denominator to 24. Okay? So to solve the numerator, all we have to do is divide. 24 divided by 8, that is equal to 3. And then multiply to the numerator, 3 times 3, we have 9. Then next, we have 24 divided by 12. Divided by 12, that is 2. Multiply the numerator, 2 times 5, we have 10. And then 24 divided by 6, that is equal to 4. Multiply by 5, 4 times 5 is 20. So now, let's combine this. So add first and then subtract 20. 9 plus 10, we have 19 over 24 minus 20 over 24. So therefore, the final answer is, just copy the common denominator, 24. 19 minus 20 is equal to -1. So the answer is letter A, -1 over 24. What is the fractional equivalent of the non-terminating decimal 0, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, and so on? So to solve this, we let x be equal to the given non-terminating. So we have 0, 14, 14, 14, and so on. So to solve this, we need to cancel the repeating decimal. So we can multiply both sides of this equation by 10. Multiply both sides by 10. So therefore, we're going to have 10x. 10x equals, so just move the decimal point one place to the right. So we have 0.14, 14, 14, and so on. So next is we can multiply this. So again, this equation x equals 0.14, 14, 14, 0, 14, 14. Multiply now by 1,000 so that we can move the decimal point 3 places to the right. Okay? So now multiply both sides of the equation by 1,000. Multiply both sides of the equation by 1,000. So we're going to have 1,000x is equal to, move these 3 places, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, we're going to have 14.14, 14, 14, and so on. So we multiply to 1,010 so that when we subtract this, so subtract 1,000x minus 10x, that will be 990x, and the repeating decimal will cancel out if we subtract this. 0.14, 14, 14, minus 6.14. So this will cancel out. So we're going to have 14 minus 0 is 14. And then last step, divide both sides by 990. Cancel this, the value of x is 14 over 990. So that is in the choices, but remember the fraction should be in lowest term. 14 and 990, they are both divisible by 2. So let's reduce to lowest term. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 990 divided by 2, that is equal to 495. So the correct answer is letter A, 7 over 495. How many pounds of metal worth 300 pesos a pound should be mixed with 30 pounds of metal worth 400 pesos per pound to produce an alloy worth 320 pesos per pound? Okay, so this is another mixture problem. So the formula for mixture problem is C1V1 plus C2V2 equals C3V3, where V3 is equal to V1 plus V2. So C here means cost. So the cost are we have 300 pesos and 400 pesos. So that is the C1 and then C1, C2, and then the result is the 320 pesos per pound. So let's set up the table. So let's write the cost, the quantity with peso sign, and then we have volume. So that will be the quantity with pounds. Okay. So let's C1V1. So we have how many pounds of metal worth 300 pesos? So 300 pesos. So let's just write 300. We don't know the number of pounds here. So let's just write 300. Pounds should be mixed with 30 pounds. 30 pounds of metal worth 400. So we have for C2V2, we have 400. And the amount of 400 pesos is 30 pounds. Okay? To produce an alloy. To produce an alloy worth 320 pound. So we have 320 pound. So we want to find the how many pounds of metal worth 300. So let's write X here. So the V3 is V1 plus V2. So we add this X plus 300. And the X plus 30. Okay? So next, we form the equation. So let's just multiply this 300 times x. So that is the C1V1. So we have 300x plus, this will be the C2V2. So we have 400 times 30. Plus, this is the C3V3. Multiply that. So we have 320 times x plus 30. As you can see in the equation, we have 300, 400, and 320. We can divide both sides of the equation by 10, or we simply cancel 1 0 for each term. Cancel 1 0 here, 1 0 here, and then 1 0 here. And then let's simplify. 300x will now become 30x plus this will be 40 times 30. So 4 times 3 is 12. Just copy the 2 zeros. So we have 1,200 plus distribute the 32 to x. So we have, so sorry, the sign of this should be equal sign. So 32 times x, we have 32x plus 32 times 3. So that will be 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Just copy the 1 0. So we have 960. Now solve for x. Combine the 30x and 32x. Put 30x to the other side of the equation by subtracting 30x to both sides. Subtract 30x to both sides. So cancel this. We have 1,200 equals 32x minus 30x. So that will be 2x plus 960. Combine the 1,200 and 960 by subtracting 960 to both sides. So cancel this. So therefore, we have 2x is equal to, subtract. So we have 0 minus 0 is 0. This will be 10 minus 6. That will be 4. And then this will become 11 minus 9. We have 240. Last step, divide both sides by 2. So therefore, if we divide that, the value of x now is equal to 24 divided by 2, we have 12. Just copy the 1 0, 120 pounds. So the answer is letter D, 120. Which is not a multiple of 12. So a number is a multiple or divisible by 12 if it is divisible by 3 and also divisible by 4. So we will apply the divisibility rule of 3 and 4. So let's try first the divisibility rule of 4. So if the last two digits of a number is divisible by 4, then the given number is divisible by 4. So let's just get the last two digits of these 5 numbers. So which of these is not divisible by 4? So 28 divisible by 4. 2. So this is not divisible by 4. 12 is divisible by 4. 72 divisible by 4. And 96 divisible by 4. Only 2 is not divisible by 4. So 202 is not divisible by 12. So it is not a multiple of 12. So let's just prove that A, C, D, and E are also divisible by 3. So that the only answer will be B. So the divisibility rule of 3 is if the last digits, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So let's add all the numbers, all the digits, the answer should be divisible by 3. So if we add this 2 plus 2 plus 8, that is equal to 12. 12 is divisible by 3. Okay? So therefore, 228 is divisible by 12. So we have 312. If we add the digits, 3 plus 1 plus 2, that will be 6. 6 is divisible by 3. So therefore, 312 is divisible by 12. Then we have 372. Add the digits. We have 3 plus 7 is 10 plus 2. We have 12. So again, 12 is divisible by 3. So therefore, 372 is a multiple of 12. And then last, we have 396. So if we add this, 3 plus 9, that is 12 plus 6, we have 18. 18 is divisible by 3. So therefore, 396 is a multiple of 12. Only 202 is not a multiple of 12 because 202 is not a multiple of 4. Also, 202 is not a multiple of 3 because 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4 is not divisible by 3. So the answer is B. 50% of 60 is what percent of 120? So let's form the equation. So we have 50%. So we can write 50% as 50 over 100 or this is only 1/2. So 50%, so that means 50 over 100. Of means multiplication. So times 60 is what percent of 120? So is means equal sign. What percent? So we assign variable for this. So we have n. Of is multiplication and then we have 120. And then let's simplify this. We can cancel the 10 in the 50 and 100. And then another, we can cancel 0 here. 10 in 60 and then cancel this. So therefore, what's left is 5 times 6. So 5 times 6, that's equal to 30 equals n. N times 120. So we can write that as 120 n. Now, solve for n. Solve the value of n, divide both sides by 120. So cancel 120, therefore the value of n is 30 over 120. We can cancel 10 and then 3 over 12. We can reduce that to lowest term. We can divide both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Therefore, n is equal to 1/4. Now to convert 1/4 in percent, convert 1/4 in percent, since percent means 1 over 100, so let's convert this to a denominator of 100, multiply both the numerator and denominator by 25. 4 times 25 is 100, 1 times 25 is 25, therefore, n is equal to 25%. The answer is letter B, 25%. Or another solution is just divide 1 divided by 4 and then we will get 0.25. If we do that, we have 25 times 4, that is 100. 0.25 in percent is 25%. How much less is 30% of 150 than 70% of 200? Okay, so I will do shortcut here. So how much less is 30% of 150? So we will just multiply 30% of means multiplication. So 30% times 150. How much less? So that means 30% of 150 is less than 70% of 200. So we will subtract this to the product of this 70% of 200. So we have 70% of means multiplication and then we have 200. Okay? So let's use a shortcut in multiplying percent. We can cancel the percent and we can cancel the two zeros. So therefore, we have 70 times 2 minus, same here, cancel the percent and cancel two zeros, cancel 0 and then another 0 here. So what's left is 3 times 15. Okay, so 70 times 2, that is equal to 140 minus 3 times 15, that will be 45. So subtract this 140 minus 45, the answer is 95. Letter B.